Hello everyone, welcome back to another Procreate tutorial where today we're going to be drawing a cute dinosaur wallpaper for your cell phone. So if you don't know how to prepare everything for my tutorials, I've made a separate video on how to do all that, so you can go watch that. I'll leave a link to that. And without any further talking, let's get started. So I am using the Camel Mono Stream, which I will provide. I will provide your two sketches, the same color palette I use, and also the brushes I use, and a free download, which will also be in the description. Okay, so today, let me see, we're gonna do this dinosaur's head right here first. So the canvas size grid is 110 pixels, so 110, and that will match exactly your sketch with the grid lines on it. So we're gonna have the head come down through about like that, and then we're gonna have the mouth come up to about right here maybe. I'm gonna hold my pen down to make that curve nice and straight. Okay, and then top of the head comes up to maybe about right there. I'm not too happy with that. Let me try again. That's better. Alright, so we're going to do this little horn on top of the head here, and that is going to be kind of like that. Alright, and we got another horn about there. And it looks like another one about right there. Alright, and then we're just going to make this head connect to the horns. And then this is going to come down right to that junction. Okay, we got these teeth. So just little triangle shapes. Put those teeth in, and then under, it's like between the top two. Alright, and then the bottom of the mouth is going to come out right there, and it's going to go to about there, I think. And just about like that. Okay, what else? We got another horn. About there, and then we got a little one about there. It's going to put this eye in next, so it's pretty much a perfect circle. I'm going to hold my pen down, touch it with your other finger, and it'll make a perfect circle. And then we got the other one inside. So same thing, I'm gonna hold my pen down, touch it with my finger, and put it right there. Okay, and now here's a belly. So we got a leg about here. And it's gonna be coming down to about right there, and then coming up and connecting up there. So I'm gonna come out to about there. Oops, I couldn't see it. I'm going to turn it so I can see it better. I'll hold my pen down. Okay, we got this little leaf shape right here. So the bottom of it's there, the top of it's here, and then we're going to just follow the curve of his belly here. Okay, and then he's got a little arm coming down, which starts about there and goes to there. So about like that. And we're going to erase this. And erase this. Okay. And that to there, and that to the bottom of our little leaf shape. I don't like that connection right here, so I'm gonna fix that up a bit. That's better. Maybe right there. Maybe this one too. Alright. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, let's go ahead and get his little leg in here. So it's like a little bean shape, starting at the top of that square and coming about to there. So about like that. Okay, and he's got another little hand coming out up here. So about like that's good. Okay, let's see. Tail. Okay, I want to put these horns in because they kind of have a curve under them. And one here. Now when we connect that tail, it won't be a perfect line, because that's not interesting. Okay. About like that. Okay, we got one more leg coming out. Yeah, I think that's good. Actually, it comes up more. Like that. Okay. Okay, I think we got our little dinosaur done, but he's got a little bit of slobber hanging down here, so put that in. And he got a little nose hole here. So about like that. And I think that is going to do for the dinosaur. Alright, let's get all these other wacky shapes in here. So we've got something coming out of his horn to about there. And then it goes up to about right there. So let's... right there, and then like that. And then we got a circle here. So... I'll hold my pen down. Touch it. Another circle inside of it. Again. There we go. Okay, we got a little circle here. Let's go ahead and put that in. And we got like a little heart. That's better. Okay. This. I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to hold my pen down. Yeah. And then one over here. Alright. Perfect. Alright, and we got one coming out there. And this one is going to go all the way up to the top. We got another one coming out of our circle here. Again, I think we need to put this little multifaceted star thing in first. So we got a point coming down by his horn right there. So like that, and then we got another one coming out to about there. Right to the two junctions of the square there. The grid line. When I say square, I mean kind of grid line. I should say grid lines more for you guys won't get confused. Right there, and then over to about there. I'm just following this one. And up. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as we get this shape. And a little one. And then one's going to come up almost to the grid line there. Okay, and there. coming down and over, and then down and up, and down and up, and down and up. All right, that's good. So now we can get this line going to the top end. So it's going to actually go through that little point there. And then we're going to have it coming out that side. Okay, and then from here to there. Okay, that part's done. Let's do this oval shape here. And you guys can see that I have a large canvas, but this is going to be a smartphone or cell phone wallpaper, so that's why I'm constraining the drawing to very, I guess it would be a 16:9 ratio, so kind of like a vertical video type ratio. Okay, so we're going to come out of the little horn here, and we're going to intersect the point of the star right there. So about like that. And then we're going to come out the other side, and we're going to come to about there. So I'm just going to turn my canvas so it's easier. Okay, we got this little star here. Good enough. Okay, and then we get another line coming out of the point here. It's going to intersect those two grid lines and come to about right there. So about like that. Another one under that, coming out here. Maybe to there. And another one right there. Okay, let's go down to this little circle shape. So we're gonna stop before we meet this line right here. So I'm going to use the Procreate to help me make these perfect circles. And hold my pen down and touch it. Actually, that didn't turn out very good. I'm going to edit my arc to put it right where I want it. Yeah, I think that's good. And if you click on the canvas again, it'll go away. Okay, this other one is going to be coming to about there, and it's going to come out about here. Again, holding my pen down, touching it, and then I can edit it. I'd like to move it up or move it down, move it in. That's pretty much good. I don't want it coming below that grid line, so I'm going to erase this part right there. Fix that little marker. And then we got one in between that's not going to really be touching anything. It's just going to kind of follow in between this curve. And then two little dots, dot, dot. Okay, and we got another one under here. About like that. And then we're going to have a perfect circle. Going to come out of this little horn and then meet up with the tail about right there. Yep, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to edit this a little bit to bring that one over to there. And we're going to move that one up to there. Now it pretty much meets my original idea. Make sure this is connected. Okay, and then it's got a little line right there. And then we got another one coming out about like that, and then 2 little dots. Okay, and we got another one under it. So about there. And then we got a big one. Okay, that's going to do that circle. Okay, now we have this line coming out to down to the grid line, and then it's going to come back like that. And then we have this kind of curve. Stop about right there, start about there. Okay. Okay, and this looks like it was probably going to be a star. And then I got a little oval coming up here, another one there. And we got this little strange shape that's going to be intersecting this line and coming down to about right there, so like that. That's better. Alright, and let's do this little circle here. So it's going to be up here by the foot, and it's going to be kind of intersecting that grid line. Pin down, and now this gives us a guide of where. Actually, I have another line coming out like that. Now this one is going to come out here and go all the way up and touch that circle. So I'm going to turn my canvas so get a better angle on it. Wow, it turned into a square. That's weird. Never seen that happen before. That's better. Okay. What else? Out of this circle, we got a line coming at. Well, actually, let's put this lightning bolt in. We can get this line coming out of the top of his hand over there. Let me see. So, here to there. Okay, and then it's like we got a... Oops, that was a terrible line. Okay, and then up and back down. Up. I think that's good enough. And then out of the lightning to this circle that we made. So, actually, I want it to look like this is a... Actually, this one doesn't look like a continuation. Okay. It's kind of an abstract art, and my heart that I made went away. What happens when you accidentally touch it? One more time. I think it's good. Okay, now we got this drink. So we got the straw right there. Line coming down there, line coming down here. And then we got this oval shape here from here to here, and it's going to intersect the straw. So let me see if I can do this. I'm going to pull it towards me. And then hold my pen down and maybe touch it. Alright, I'll leave it like that, but I'll edit it and bring it down. There. That's good. Okay, then we got kind of a little lip right there on the bottom of the curve. I think that's perfect on the first go. Alright, and then we got a couple of lines coming out to there and to there. And then the straw. Actually, I'm going to do it on another layer And that way I'll be able to erase it easier and not mess up those lines. So I'm just going to continue this line, hold my pen down to make a straight line. And then same thing here. Okay, and now when I go to erase it, I won't be messing up those other lines. And then this part. Yeah, that looks much better. Combine those layers, and then on the cup, oops, I still got my eraser on. We're going to come down to there, and another one right there. And now we're going to have these little boba balls. So maybe here. This one is going to go over the straw. And we got a tiny one right there just peeking out. And now I'm going to erase that part of the straw. Okay. Looks like we got another little ball shape right here, so put that one in. And we need to connect this line to the cup. So about right there. Okay, I think I've got all of the elements. I'm thinking whether I should make a line here and one over here to signify the edges. That way when we color it in, it's going to be easier to color in. How can I do this? Because I really don't want them there permanently. But if I add it to the drawing itself, and once I start coloring, we're not going to be able to undo it. So, yeah, there's no other choice actually, because if I want to color all these little separate elements in here, I'm going to have those connected. So we need to draw a line that's going to just straight from the top to the bottom of the canvas, that's going to connect all these elements. And I think what I'm going to do is just use this grid line here as my guide. And then I can connect all these little lines here to it. Okay, I just held my pen down to create a perfect line, and then we're just going to connect all of these little pieces here. That one is almost, make sure it's touching. This one touching. That one touching. Star. Yeah, I don't like that. That's better. That star's already. And now we need to do one on this side too. So I'm going to maybe come in a little bit before that grid line, because there's nothing coming out really too far on this side. So maybe to about there. And then touch these. And this top one is gonna maybe come out right there. I need to fix that. Ooh, no. You know what? We're gonna just undo all of that because that was just terrible. Still got my eraser on. Back to our pen. There we go. That's better. Okay, and this needs to connect. This needs to connect. Okay, let's get into the coloring process now. So what I'm going to do is, here is my line work. So we're going to create a new layer. So that I already had one, but I'll tell you. Hit the little plus here, and then we'll drag it under our line work. And we're going to click on our line work and set it to reference right there. So then we drop our colors in down here on layer 2. It's going to use the lines on layer 4 as to where the colors go. Alright, and I am going to get rid of my reference. I probably don't need my drawing guide anymore either. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, here we go. Alright, so the color palette that I've given you is called this Dinosaur Wallpaper. So let's see, the first color up here in the top left corner, we're going to use this brown right here. And I'm just going to drag and drop it over. Okay, and I think that's about it. This next color right here is going to be this right next to the brown. And drag and drop that one in. And the next one is going to be maybe this one right here. So on the very bottom, second one from the left, right. Yeah, that's good. And this big one here is going to be a darker brown here. So the third one over from the left on the top. Drag and drop that one in, and then it's going to be a continuation right there. You know what? I didn't make this line coming down, so we're going to go back to our reference layer. We're going to make sure it's on black, and this is going to come down to about there. And then we can hold our finger down and choose that brown, make sure we're in our color layer, and then put those in there. There we go. Alright, so this little circle here is going to be two colors. So the outer color is going to be this lighter yellowish color. So first color in the middle on the left. Right there in the middle. And then, actually, that was not right. That's going to go on the outside. The middle is going to be this darker one next to it. So just like that. Okay, this shape here next to the circle is going to be, I think, pretty much the same as this one. So I'm just going to hold that down and choose it and fill that one in. Alright, and then down here, this big portion is going to be a yellowish, oops, didn't want to do that. So that one right there. Drop that one in. This big star is going to be that lighter yellow color too. There we go. Okay. The little heart here is going to be a very light beige, so maybe that very bottom one there. And then the circle is going to be a very light brown, so maybe this one. That's good. Alright, so we got that top portion. Let's do our dinosaur. Our dinosaur is going to be this lighter blue color right here. So on the bottom, not that one, but the one next to it. And drag and drop him in there. And his feet, or his legs, and his arms, all the same color. His little spikes are going to be this yellow color right here. So not the really light one on top, but run under it. So this, I'm going to continue filling and just touch all these. That's good. Okay, his, oops, turn off color drop. Let me see. His tummy is going to be that really light blue. So maybe this one. Not the almost white one, but the one below it. Drop that into his tummy. His eye is going to be black. So drop that in. And then his teeth and his slobber and the eye and the inside of the eye is all going to be white. So we're going to have to turn off our background color so we'll be able to see the white go in, and then I'm going to continue filling and touch all these teeth and the slobber. His nose hole is just going to be black. I'm going to turn off color drop, turn my background back on, and hold my finger on the black, which will choose it, and then I'm just going to fill that in. Okay, so our planet over here, I guess that's a planet, looks like a planet, is going to be this darker color here. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th color from the left on the bottom. Drop that in, and the star is going to be a same color yellow as this. Okay, this stripe is going to be this lighter red color, and the one under it's going to be the darker red color. Alright, then the blue here, or under this, is going to be the same blue as the planet was. Good, looking good. Alright, so these circles here, the outer one is going to be let me look at our color palette here. I think we're going to do, these two look the same. I need a lighter one and a darker one, so I guess I'm going to choose this lighter one here for the outside. Did I not? I didn't connect right there. Okay, we'll fill that in with a brush. And then this white circle here is going to remain white, but this outer one here is going to be an oranger, or oranger. So I'm going to choose this darker one. And we're going to do this with the brush, so I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. And because this is not a closed shape, can't drag and drop it in. Yep, that's good. I'm going to turn my background off again, so I'll see the white go in. Here we go. Turn it back on. Under the circle, that's going to be the same as this outer. Here we go. Okay, and now under here is going to be the darker red, so I'm going to hold my finger on that and drag it in. The lightning bolt, of course, is going to be this yellow color. And then this shape here is going to be a darker brown. So, let's see, which one did I use? I think this first one. Same one we use at the top here. That one, and that one. Okay, the heart down here is going to be, of course, red. So we'll do this darker red. And then the little circle here is going to be the same brown as that circle. Okay. Missed a brown spot over there. You know what? I didn't fill that in, so we're going to have to fix that. Actually, I'm going to have to put that black line in, so I'm going to go to my reference layer and choose black. No, black. And I'm going to put this line in. Oops, that's way too big. Forgot I made my brush bigger. So we're just going to connect that. That way when we drop the color into here, it won't fill up into there. Okay, go back to my color layer. This bigger portion here is going to be a lighter brown. So that is this one. All the way over here, not the very light one, but the one under it. Drag and drop that in. Perfect. This one here is going to be the darker brown. So I'm going to do this really dark one. The darkest one I got, I think. Or maybe that one's the darkest one I got. Let's see. Yeah. So I just want to separate this, and this. I don't want them to blend in together. That's good enough though, actually. Okay, so the top of our cup is going to be this orange. So this big portion up here, right there. Let me see. This brown for this little circle here. Guess I can drag and drop it. Okay, our cup is going to have a white border on the outside. And on the inside of the cup is going to be this beige. Right there, the very bottom one. You can drag and drag that one in. Okay, the little balls are going to be the same color as the circle up here. And I'm going to continue filling in that and that. Alright, I'm going to turn my background back off because we need to see the white for these edges on the outside of the cup. Okay. Let me see. Let me turn my background back on. This heart here is going to be I think I'm going to make it same as the cup. It's cup top. This shape here is going to be this orange, darker orange that was in the center of that circle. And actually this one and this one. And then the star here is going to be this yellow right there. Okay, now I need to do this straw. And I want it to separate from this color, but I want it to be similar. So I'm going to choose this color, and I'm going to show you something. If you go to your color palettes and go over to Classic, here we can change it just a little bit. So I'm going to go up a little bit to the left, so it's going to make it a little bit lighter than the straw. Than the whatever is in the cup. So let's see if they not separate much. So let's try to make them a little bit lighter. So now let's see. Yeah, that's better. They're much more separated now. Alright, and we're going to have some red, that red there, red stripes around the straw. Alright, I wonder if that will fill in. Now, so I'm just going to put them in right now, and I'm going to show you a trick. Right there, and right there, and we'll do one right there. Okay, so if you turn off your reference and you make closed shapes, so these sides are not there. Oops, I'm still on my reference layer. I need to go back to our color layer. If we close these in, we'll be able to drag and drop. Wait, what? Maybe there we go. The threshold was set too high. So if you hold your pen down and drag it to the left or right, it'll change the threshold. Okay, and then we should be able to just do the rest. Yep. Alright, what else do I need to do? Okay, we're going to start doing some highlights now. So I'm going to make a new layer on top of our color layer. And I'm going to set it to clipping mask, which will only allow us to draw on other colors, which is not going to really help us much because all of our colors on one layer. So we're just going to have to kind of be careful and not go outside the lines. Okay, so for our first highlights, we're going to put on this star here. And what I'm going to do is go back to our palettes. I'm going to find this yellow color, and I'm going to pick the lighter one of it. And then I'm going to do a highlight. Actually, I'm going to make my pen... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to the Channel Inker Streamliner. Set it to about 7% maybe. And we're going to do a highlight all along the top here. Being careful not to go outside the lines. So I think just like that's fine. Okay, and then on our little shapes down here, we're going to go with I'm going to go with this light brown color here. And we're going to just do one on the side of it. Like that. And same with this one. And that one, no. Okay, and the top of this dark brown shape here, we're going to do a highlight that's... So we did that really dark. I'm going to take that one to do the highlight. And we're going to do a highlight along the edge, the top edge of this shape here. So about there, and about there. Yep, I like it. Okay, the cup doesn't have, the cup has a white highlight, so you can choose white. And something like that. This brown is going to have a highlight, so let's see what brown that was and see if we can find one lighter. Is this lighter? Yeah, okay. So the one I chose was this top right on the very top. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did on this brown shape on this brown shape. So along the top. Try to make it look like it's a continuation. Okay, and that's going to do that one. Okay, what else do we have a shade on? We got a shade on our dinosaur. So he was that very light blue right here. So we're going to take this darker blue to the left of it, and that's going to be our shadow. So we're going to go on the bottom of him. About there. And all along his belly. And you know what? I'm going to erase that part. So just right there to his belly. Okay. Let me fix up some of this. Where it looks more like it's continuing. Okay. That's good. And take really white, light blue, and we're going to do a highlight. That's too much. Maybe it's the one under it. That's better. Okay. This foot's going to have a shadow on it. So we're going to take this darker one. Make sure and put it right there. The body's casting a shadow on it. Maybe like that. Okay, this hand also have a shadow there. And this hand over here is going to have a highlight on it. So we're going to choose that highlight. Put it there. And the top of his face. Going to have a highlight and maybe a little tiny bit right there. Okay. That's good. Okay, his spikes are going to have a light yellow highlight on the top edge of those, and then here and here and there. Just gonna do it on all of them, just like that. That's good. Let me see. This yellow here is gonna have a, maybe this one. Let's see how different that is. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to do a big one. Right there. You know what? I don't like that. It doesn't stand out much. Let me try this really light one then. Yep, we're going to leave that one. All right, this brown here is going to have a lighter color on top of it. So maybe that one. Yep. And finally, this brown here is going to have a lighter version of it. So we're going to do that one. And right along the top. Actually, that's going to stay in the shadow. This planet, I guess that's a planet. That's what we said before, huh? This darker, we're going to go lighter here along the top. Okay? And I think that is going to complete our cell phone background. So what you can do now is, if you want to make this canvas smaller so you'll be able to fit it on your phone, I see one more thing I need to do actually. I'm going to go to the white here, and I'm going to go to my mono streamline, make it bigger. I'm going to put a dot in the eye here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller and put one more dot there. And that will be the final version. Okay, and now what I was saying, if we want to change this canvas, what you can do is go to the wrench. You can go make sure it's on canvas, and you can hit crop resize on top here. You can drag them in. Drag it in. Hit done. And there you are. You have your cell phone wallpaper. Save it to your picture gallery and then load it in as your wallpaper. Let's see what it looks like actually. I'm going to put it on my, well, I can't show you on my phone because I'm taping on my phone. So I'll put a picture of my phone in the last frame of this video so you'll be able to take a look at it. So with that, guys, we are going to be finished. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope this is really helped you with your drawing and you had a good time doing it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and hit the bell icon, hit the thumbs up button, share it with your friends. I'd very much be appreciated. So with that, we will see you next week for the next Procreate tutorial. Take care.